Microsoft Word has some touch points with SharePoint as well, and some of the features that you'll see between SharePoint and Word are also present for Excel and PowerPoint. By default, when we create a document library, the default file type is a Microsoft Word document. If I simply click New Document here on the Files tab, it will create a document based on Microsoft Word. I can change that when I create a document library, but this is the default. If I want to create a different type of a document, I actually need to use the drop-down, choose New, and then choose a different file type to create. If I have a document in Microsoft Word, it's very easy to edit. For example, this is a target audience profiling questionnaire that I created using one of the fabulous free downloadable templates from Microsoft. If I wish to edit this document, I can open it in Word online. We did this earlier. If I click the document's hyperlink, that's what will happen, or I can open it directly in Microsoft Word. I'm going to open this in Word. We already know how to edit the document in Word online, but I'd like to show you what happens when we have a document that lives in SharePoint and is being opened in Word. There are some subtle things behind the scenes that we may not have noticed previously. It's possible, by the way, that you'll be prompted to allow Word to open this document. That happens sometimes. And here we are in Word with this document template. The only thing I've really done to this is added a logo here for the Landon Hotel. So if you think, oh, that's really an interesting thing, yeah, you can go grab this as a free download from Microsoft. I enjoy that. There's no point in creating a new document from scratch if I can go get a document definition and hold that up against my business needs and see if it fits. If I click File, I'm going to go backstage here to the info page, and I'd like you to notice that it has a place for a title. Not just a file name, but a title. A place for comments. These are actually metadata fields for this document. And if I change the title here, it will be changed in SharePoint as well. If I click Open File Location, it will open my SharePoint document library. This is really cool. The metadata in SharePoint and the metadata here are the same. And let me show you how true that is. I want to save this file in a new location. If you see this, no OneDrive, no SharePoint, you're probably not logged in. Because when I'm signed in, I expect to see my OneDrive, my sites, and so on. So I'm going to go to my Landon Hotel sites, and it will show me places I've saved documents, but I want to save in a different library. Remember that we created a resource library here. It has required custom columns. Columns that if I save a document directly, I actually have to provide that information. When I upload a new document, I have to provide that information or it's checked out. So I'd like to save this in the resource library so that you can see how Word is going to handle the request for metadata that will come from this library. The server's being contacted. It's looking for properties and content types. And it says, whoa, Gini, this file cannot be saved because some properties are missing or invalid. But I can go fill those in. Notice, these new properties have been added to the list. Owned by and resource type. When I click in one of them, it opens a dialog for me. We didn't create this. We didn't have to. Word is getting this request for information from SharePoint and firing up a form that doesn't exist anywhere else in the universe, but right here to ask for two of the properties that are required. So this is a document, and this document is going to be owned by our creative team. Two required fields. Okay. Now, what if these fields weren't required? I would have been able to save, but these fields would be added so that I could fill the information in. As soon as I save to a SharePoint library, I get that library's list of properties right here locally. That's pretty slick. It looks like my owned by didn't stick, so I'm going to try that again, and it'll take a second for that form to come back to me. No, it really did. We've got document there. That's fine. So I'm going to click OK. Notice, correct the invalid or missing properties, retry the save again. Now that I've provided the information, I'll be able to save in this resource library.